The new allegations against John Diddy Combs, a music producer, is accusing hip-hop mogul of sexually assaulting him and forcing him to have sex with prostitutes. But a lawyer for Combs called the events described in the lawsuit pure fiction. This is now one of several sexual assault lawsuits filed against Combs in recent months, including a lawsuit from the R&B singer Cassie that was settled last year.
The floodgates have opened, and now everyone seems to be turning against Diddy.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed, at all. I should look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like just back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the f did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid.
Yeah, Puff. I was running around with Puff for a minute, but we was just partying, man. Puff liked to party. So that's basically all we did. I think the few times I was running around with D-Mac and Puff, we just did a bunch of partying. We might have went to the studio once or twice, but I didn't get to record nothing. I was just,
Okay, but Puffy was a huge deal back then.
Still a huge deal.
He's still a huge deal, but he's not doing music anymore,
right,
is what I'm saying. Back then, Bad Boy was on fire, and he's running around with you. And, Puffy's a busy guy.
I was running around with him.
Yeah. You were running around with him.
Right.
Was he talking about signing you, or what exactly happened?
Nah, Puff he wanted to sign me. He just, he was moving around. Like, he had the restaurant Justin's in Atlanta, so we was in and out of that. A lot of parties in Atlanta with him and V. And, Big Wolf and, Fab and Jeezy was just, Fab was already on. Jeezy was coming to age. But we just partied, man. And then when I told Puff, I was like, yo, Dre, Dre is interested in signing me. He was like, go ahead, Playboy. That's where you belong anyway. He was like, man, he was like, that makes sense.
After multiple individuals in the industry came forward to expose the disturbing truth about Diddy, it's now time for the big names to share their stories. This includes Meek Mill, Usher, and The Game, who are ready to reveal what he did to them.
John Diddy Combs faces a second and third sexual assault lawsuit a week after settling one. Joy Dickerson-Neal alleges Combs sexually assaulted and abused her in 1991. She was a Syracuse University student who'd been in one of his music videos. She also claims that he made revenge porn. In the other complaint, an anonymous woman says that Combs and another man her and a friend in 1990 or 91 after meeting at an MC8 Records event.
A fourth woman is now suing music mogul Sean Combs, claiming he sexually assaulted her when she was just a teenager.
The woman claims the president of Combs' Bad Boy Records picked her up when she was just 17 years old and still in high school. This was back in Michigan in 2003. She was flown in a private jet to New York and met with Combs during a recording session. The woman claims that Combs and others got her drunk and then took advantage of her before putting her on a plane back to Detroit.
If you thought the allegations against Diddy from multiple women and producers were serious, get ready for a wild ride. It's only going downhill from here for him. Here's everything you need to know. It all starts with a crazy viral audio clip that allegedly features Diddy and Meek Mill in an intimate situation. Yeah, you heard that right. People are going crazy over it, especially since a former bodyguard might be behind the recording. This same bodyguard, Gene Deal, has previously exposed Diddy's antics, adding to the shock and controversy surrounding the situation.
Because you missed this. Meek Mills. Well, he said a Philly rapper. You understand? And it was redacted in the paperwork to that because first of all, it had Meek Mills, it had Stevie J, they had redacted their names, and they had Usher, and they redacted their names and just said a performer of the Super Bowl and a Philly rapper. Everybody kind of knew back in the day that Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike on more than one occasion, listen here, man. My dudes in Philly, I got some real strong dudes in Philly. They don't play that shit. And they probably embarrassed for the fact to see that Meek Mills, one of the street guys that came out of there, got caught up in this Hollywood shit. This Hollywood shit, whereas that he's dressing like, he dressing the same shit. He dressing like Diddy? Hugged up with Diddy? I think that Lil Rod know a lot of shit, but I know this. Two men dress alike, it's just like two men laying down. When they both get up, they both hope. And that's real talk, bruh. My man, you go to a party, dog, and the nigga got the same shirt you got on, I'm taking my shirt off. I'm walking around in a t-shirt. And then, not to blow Meek Mills up out the water or anything like that, it was said that they checked his Google search and all the other shit, and he was searching for some online gay porn and all the other shit like that.
Oh, wow.
That shit is crazy, bro. But listen, those are what, you know, it's crazy that money, that lifestyle, and you trying to fit into something get you. These guys never set out to do all this shit. Meek Mills, when he got into the game, he didn't set out to be questioned about his manhood with Diddy. But he put himself in that position.
And it doesn't stop there. Meek Mill is being pulled into serious accusations about Diddy and in sexual misconduct. So with all the court cases against Diddy, legal documents have surfaced suggesting that Diddy was involved with Meek, possibly too close for comfort. If you don't believe in rumors, maybe you'll consider these official court documents. But that's not all. Diddy's mansions in Miami and LA have been raided due to some serious allegations related to sexual misconduct.
I'm Ellen Leva, live from ABC 7. A large police presence at the homes of Sean Diddy Combs in Holmby Hills. This house is owned by Bad Boy Films. Homeland Security swarming the house in what they say is an ongoing investigation into human trafficking. Diddy's homes in New York and Miami were also searched. At least 3 people were seen outside the home in handcuffs. It's unknown how these people are related to the investigation.
Homeland Security agents searched 2 properties of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, one in Los Angeles, the other in Miami. Officials say the raids were tied to a sex trafficking investigation. At this time, DHS has not named Combs as the focus of its investigation, but the searches follow several sexual assault lawsuits being filed against Combs in recent months.
Definitely shocking and hectic out here in Holmby Hills at one of Sean Diddy Combs' homes. We were first on scene as it all unfolded. We came right in the middle of the convoy of about 40 undercover law enforcement vehicles before they even put up the crime scene tape. The Department of Homeland Security making a big bust, officers say, in connection to a sex trafficking investigation. While it was all happening, investigators were also raiding his home in Miami. Homeland Security has not yet released details or named Diddy as the focus of the investigation. The 20-year-old Ryan Mendelsohn, he's lived nearby his whole life, and he often visits his best friend just a few doors down.
But I've seen one maybe once a week, girls lingering outside. I drive by a lot, and I see that a lot of girls, maybe 5 or 6 girls outside, some leaving, some not, some going in, black Suburbans. Never know. I never thought anything of it, but now this is crazy. I mean,
as we broke word on scene and from Skyfox, Mapleton Drive near Sunset and Beverly Glen became a madhouse. And as more Bearcats and undercover cops pulled in, so did the swarms of onlookers, even a celebrity tour bus.
You'd think that would slow him down, right? Nope. The guy is out and about hanging with his kids as if nothing's happened. He even walks around shirtless like it's just another day in the park. That sounds pretty suspicious if you ask me.
If Diddy's worried about the raids on his Florida and LA mansions, he is not showing it. Wearing an orange towel around his neck, dancing in one photo. In a white t-shirt with a bottle of wine, little Grigio there maybe, shirtless while puffing something, hey, and checking his phone in another. Diddy was spotted over the weekend at his $71 million Star Island double-wide compound for the first time since agents questioned him at a Miami airport. Diddy opted to ignore the elephant in the room as he returned to social media for the first time since those raids, posting these pictures of his 17-month-old daughter. He captioned the photos, "Happy Easter from Baby Love."
So what's going on with Diddy, and what really happened between him, Meek Mill, Usher, and The Game? According to the latest buzz from various media outlets, Diddy is facing a bombshell lawsuit for sexual harassment and assault from former collaborator Rodney Lil Rod Jones. And let me tell you, this lawsuit is serious. It's over 70 pages filled with shocking allegations that will make your head spin.
And now to the latest on the sex trafficking investigation that led to raids on the homes of Sean Combs here in Los Angeles and in Florida. He has not been arrested or charged, though he is named in multiple assault and trafficking lawsuits. Eyewitness News reporter Fr3ak0ffs joins us here live with more. Sophie.
Giovanna, in a 79-page lawsuit filed by a music producer who claims to have worked with and lived with Sean Combs for a period of time, alleges there were underage girls, hidden cameras, and sexual harassment at his home, all of which Combs denies.
What were federal investigators in tactical gear looking for at Sean Diddy Combs' home in Los Angeles and Miami? Homeland Security says the raids were part of a months-long federal investigation, including sex trafficking.
If he's convicted, ultimately, he'll be in prison for a very long time. One count of sex trafficking typically is 10 to 15 years in prison.
Cassandra Ventura, also known as Cassie, filed a lawsuit in November alleging Combs raped her and forced her to engage in sex trafficking. The two parties settled the suit the day after she filed.
The problem for Diddy is those allegations become public immediately, and they remain public. They're public record. So now that they're public record, and Cassie was brave enough to put her name to those allegations and not just file as a Jane Doe, well, that certainly empowers other potential victims of Diddy's conduct.
Multiple lawsuits have been filed against Combs, including one by music producer Rodney Jones. Jones alleges sex trafficking and sexual assault, also mentioning underage girls in the 79-page lawsuit. Claims made by Jones include hidden cameras in the rap mogul's home, saying, quote, Mr. Combs allegedly threatened to eat Mr. Jones's face in order to get what he wants. According to law enforcement, federal agents with Homeland Security seized computers and other electronic devices at Combs' home in Holmby Hills and Miami.
The federal authorities will look into the evidence that they've collected, and then they'll go in front of a grand jury and try to get an arrest warrant for Diddy if there's enough there.
25-year-old Brendan Paul, who was arrested on charges Monday, also mentioned in the lawsuit, claiming Paul carried drugs and guns for the 3-time Grammy winner. He's since posted bail.
According to the lawsuit, while working on his latest album, the Love album, Diddy allegedly took a dark turn. Producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones claims he was subjected to a relentless barrage of harassment, drug use, and even sexual violence during the recording process. But here's where it gets even juicier. The lawsuit reveals major bombshells implicating not just Diddy, but also actor Cuba Gooding Jr. and Young Miami in the mix. Can you believe it? It sounds like something straight out of a horror movie.
Said he was gonna get him a house out there on Star Island. He said a whole lot of things. So, but why would Diddy do that if they didn't have a relationship?
Good point.
Bruh, he was in the house with Diddy for about 13 months. Out of that whole 13 months, Diddy ain't get lucky? I know that shit ain't funny, man. Out of all the drugs, out of all the parties, all the times that he woke up in the bed with 2 other sex workers, out of all the sex workers that he brought back to the house, because you got to realize, remember in the suit, they said Diddy made him wear this hat that says bad boy. That was a sign for the sex workers to know he was the guy to come home with. Out of all that stuff that he did he never got lucky? When he was mad, upset, or he was too old for this shit, but he would do that play fighting shit. You understand? So I can imagine him play fighting with Lil Rod. Because, you know, a lot of people could say what they want to say about Diddy. You know, he got a knuckle game. He will fight you. You understand? So I could see with a person like Lil Rod, he probably was roughing him up, grabbing him, groping him, you know what I'm saying? Acting like he playing with him. So, like I said before, that shit he did in the past. So when I read it from Lil Rod, I see he's doing the same shit he's doing in the future. He's letting you know, he's putting in your mind, listen here, bro. He's trying to put in his mind, we're playing now. But if I really want to turn this shit on you, it's on. You ain't got no wins. So that kid is feeling, yo, listen here. In his mind, if you read the documents, in his mind, he was so scared that when he went to other people in the camp and said, why did he treat me? Why did he doing this and doing that? They said, oh, he just playing with you because he love you. He like you. He was, no, he was trying to put that, instill that fear in you that he had in you. And he won. Did you see the picture?
Nah, I didn't get to see it, but
oh my God. Yo, listen to me, man. I don't know if it was what they call it when you take 2 pictures and they put it together and stuff like that. What they call it when they put the pictures together and it don't belong together, but they put it together. Whatever.
Side by side.
Yeah, whatever they call that. Cuban Gooding Jr. was so close to that man. I would thought that was his lady. That's how close he was to him. And then his hands all on his leg and everything. It was crazy, bro. I don't even believe that. So when you see Cuban Gooding fighting a case here in New York, when he said the girl was saying that he was groping her and everything like that, I'm glad they didn't show that picture at his trial. Because he would have been guilty. That's how close he was to that kid, man.
The legal documents that surfaced online are packed with shocking details. Apparently, Diddy didn't hold back when it came to boasting about his conquests, dropping names left and right. While the names aren't mentioned directly, the footnotes in the documents strongly suggest the involvement of none other than Meek Mill and Usher. Meek is described as the Philly rapper who once dated Nicki Minaj, while Usher is hinted at as the superstar who rocked the Super Bowl stage and dominated Las Vegas with his residency.